Hi, this is Sammie W with some math help. Okay, suppose a student earns 100 on test 1, missed test 2, makes 80 on test 3, 70 on test 4, 85 on the final. What is the student's course average rounded to the nearest 10? And then we're going to have the second question. Suppose a student earns 100 on test 1, 90 on test 2, and 65 on test 3. What is his course average at that point? Here's the breakdown for the test: 10%, 15, 15, 20, 40 for the final. So let's take a look at it. So here's the breakdown again. Now, if we look at, these are our percentages. So these are actually the percentages. So they add up to be 100%. So if we multiply each test value times that value, that's going to give us the actual points that you get from that test. So we go 0.1, which is 10% times the 100 that the student received on the first test. That's going to give us 10 points. That's 10 points. Actual points contribute to the grade. He missed test 2, that's 0. Test 3, 14 points. We go 0.2 times 70. No, actually, this is test 4. I have them out of position. They're out of position. Doesn't matter. So, and then, so you can see the final was heavily weighted, 34 points for that. So these are actual points. We can add them up. They add up to be 70 points. So he has a 70-point average, even though he missed this test. You can see missing that test, his max he could have gained would have been 85%. So this makes sense because all of his grades were above 70, well above. This one's 70, these are well above. So it makes sense that he could get 70. You know, he could have possibly gotten 85. On the second part of the question, now it's a little more tricky. We have only 3 tests taken. These are his percentages. And here, possible 40 points are actually possible. Since these are actually weighted all the way, 40 points are actually possible. He's got this amount out of a 40%. So it doesn't matter even if this was in percent. So we have 10, 13.5, 9.75. This gives us like 10, 23, 33 something over 40, 83.1%. That's 0.831. Converted it to a percentage, move it 2 decimal places to convert to a percent. That gives you 83.1%. So that makes sense. It has to make sense if we look at 65, 90, 100. It makes sense that he's above 65. He's pretty high because we have these 2 high grades. Okay. So that test really, I like to see if I can find a better way to explain that, even though it's pretty clear. It's very clear. In fact, I'd like to find a better way, because a more general way where you don't have to, because I think for the average student that might be a little more tricky. But this is how these tests work. This took a lot of really math sense, but hopefully it was helpful to you, and I'm always here to help. Thank you very much.